Bispeed, the insight you need. I'm Lily Lu. Russian Prime Minister Mishustin is visiting China with a 500-people business delegation. The visit aims to promote greater cooperation between the two countries. Just a few days ago, a new set of sanctions against Russia was announced at the G7 summit in Japan. The new restrictions would cover exports of industrial machinery, tools and technology that are claimed to be useful to Russia's military efforts. Also, more measures might be taken to limit Russian revenues from trade in metals and diamonds. Separately, the US added dozens of entities to trade blacklist. On China, a draft communique said the G7 powers call for stable and constructive ties with Beijing. Nonetheless, according to Reuters, the draft urged measures to reduce excessive dependencies in critical supply chains and counter malign practices in technology transfer and data disclosure. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that the decisions by the G7 countries were aimed at double containment of Russia and China. He claimed that the West is using Ukraine as a tool to inflict a strategic defeat on Russia. This was rejected by the US and its allies. There are doubts about the impact of the sanctions so far. While Russia's exports to Western countries and their allies have fallen sharply, its exports to China, India, and Turkey have surged. The impact from oil sanctions has been blunted by surging exports to China and India. And short-term circumvention has also weakened sanctions. For instance, German trade data show that its exports to countries bordering Russia have risen sharply. This fuels concerns about possible re-exportation of goods. And Russia has been managed to continue importing high-tech items from Western countries, including the US, that have been routed through other transit points. And the Western allies still need to work on differences among themselves in sanctioning Russia. One example is restrictions on Russian diamond trading. Some analysts say that if restrictions are in full swing, it may shift Russia's trade elsewhere from the established gem capital of Antwerp in Belgium. The goal of the sanctions was to end the conflict. It has not been achieved, and the Russian economy has not collapsed. This raises the question, was all the effort really worth it?